Yo, this is WSoul13 bringing you Raid Shadow Legends, and today we're gonna be doing Eternal Doom Tower normal secret room runs while I'm on the treadmill. It's gonna be a raid on the treadmill yet again, but this time we're gonna be doing Eternal Dragon Doom Tower. Why is that so hard to say? Anyways, we're gonna be doing normal. So I'll also be pushing hard, So this is gonna be under the New Game Plus series I've been doing, and what we're trying to do here is we're trying to see how far we can push hard Doom Tower with free champs, promo champs, guaranteed champs, or fusion champs only. That's it. So far, I've already finished normal Doom Tower for Eternal Dragon with kind of the same, kind of the lineup that we have right now. So I want to show you the current wave clear team for the New Game Plus. Got Drexstar, got Archmage Helmut, got Filja, and then I wanted to put a damage dealer there, so this could actually be Yonica as well. Could be Yonica, this could be, we can actually take Drexstar out of the leader position to put in Yonica in the lead position so you get more attack. It's very varied, honestly. The strategies are very, very varied. Let's take that out. And we are going to do secret rooms. The bosses, and we can go through the bosses real quick. Yeah. This is not really dedicated to Eternal Dragon 120 because, one, I already have a video on it in my channel, but just so you guys can see what I rock, right? So for Eternal Dragon, your core of Drexstar and Seal of the Drakes, honestly, could literally solo any boss in normal if you build them correctly. So you want them on regen set / immortal set. My Seal is on relentless, but as long as you build them with hard Doom Tower in mind, because that's literally why you're using them anyway, because they scale all the way up to hard Doom Tower 120. So you want to build them with that in mind. So you're looking at 200 plus speed is a good starter build to shoot for. 200 plus speed, lots of HP, like 50 to 70k HP. It's a lot of HP, I know. But you can get away with less since they're defensive-based champs. Probably some 40, 45k HP with 3,500 def, maybe 4k def, something like that. But that's with hard Doom Tower in mind, right? So what we're gonna do here is, let's go through the other bosses real quick. I know it's kind of confusing right now. Nether Spider. So with Drexstar, you can actually kill the second boss of Nether Spider hard with a level 50 Drexstar. I don't have a video on that because I did that way before I started doing YouTube videos, but I do have a screen cap of that on Reddit somewhere. It's called, I think, Hard Nether Spider 60 on Reddit. You can look that up. And it's a team with Drexstar in it as a level 50, clearing it on hard. So, Drexstar is legit, right? And then Magma Dragon, I'm bringing in Templar here, who is a solo champ, built to kill Bomo and Scarab King for now. Maybe even other bosses down the line, but he's pretty good here because he brings provoke, even though you don't have the accuracy to get that provoke off. It's still pretty good. And normal Magma Dragon, and maybe all the way up to hard, like the second level of hard, so maybe hard. Does Magma Dragon show up in hard? Hard 60, probably? 60, 70, yeah. You don't need provoke as much. 110 Magma Dragon, though, is a different story. So Magma Dragon, his scaling is weird because almost every version of him you can beat with like any team. But scaling all the way up to 110, man, it's so hard, bro. You gotta look at my video here on my Magma Dragon 110 clear. Because the stats and the champs you need to beat it, it's pretty hard, I think. Alright, so this is the last one, which is Celestial Griffin. So I'm trying to do an experiment here with Spirit Host. So this isn't a final version. Another reason why I haven't decided to make this video yet, because I'm still on the fence on Spirit Host being good. So if I can figure out a way to scale Spirit Host all the way up to at least the second level of Celestial Griffin and the second level of Nether Spider, I'm already sure that I can scale Spirit Host all the way up to Nether Spider 90. I'm not sure about 110. So 110 is a big question mark. 90 for sure is possible. To scale Spirit Host up to there. I'm pretty sure that's possible. But Celestial Griffin, I'm not so sure. So that's something I'm still kind of like wrapping my head around if it's worth doing or not. You know, that's why I haven't fully recommended 6-starring your Spirit Host. This is just an experiment for me, so you can take that with a grain of salt. So those are the teams. Let's go break these secret rooms, shall we? This is why you're here. All right, so this is kind of the annoying part of building these secret room teams. Put my face away, maybe this corner. There we go, good. All right, so we're gonna do these secret rooms without touching my vault, if we can. Every time I touch my vault, that means, or I touch a champ that I feel like isn't really realistic for new players to have, I'm automatically going to call that secret room hard secret room. Hard to very hard. To maybe even impossible, right? So once I start using vault champs, it'll be hard, very hard, impossible. And then if I don't use vault champs, it's going to be somewhere in the easy to moderate rating. Maybe even hard, actually. Yeah, so that would be the top end. Very hard would be like specific champs or at least powerful champs. You know. So let's start with this one. I'm pretty sure we're gonna crush this easily. So we're just gonna do the rare version of the F2P Trinity, which is going to be Kale, War Maiden, and who is this? Diabolist. And then I do expect people to have Valerie and Templar in their lineups, even as level 50s, alright? So I do expect people to have a level 50 Diabolist, because you're going to use that in your first 30 days of your account anyway. And I expect people to pocket a level 50 Templar and a level 50 Valerie on top of your Kale and your War Maiden. So this should be a pretty easy smash and grab right here. So we're just gonna go and we're gonna talk you through how you should see these kinds of levels. Right. If I put that here, what's in there? There's something there. Yeah. We'll put my face on the right side right now because we're gonna need that space for building teams later. So we're gonna run this in real time. And I'm just going to talk about why you want to farm secret rooms, what's the point. And then also I'm going to talk about like, my heart rate's actually, like the reason why I'm doing this raid on the treadmill series. So one of the main advantages to a treadmill in your house, let's talk fitness first before we talk raid. Because this is going to take like, another 20, 30 seconds maybe. So let's talk fitness real quick. Treadmilling shouldn't be looked at as a fat loss measure. Let me say that again. Treadmilling should not be looked at as a fat loss measure. The main argument, health-wise, to be on the treadmill is to maintain your heart health. Yeah? So if you stay in what's called Zone 2, which is, that was pretty easy. Pretty easy. Pretty easy right there. Nice. So that one I would rate as easy. Like seriously, if you follow my guide, you have War Maiden and Kale in your team, easy. Easy, easy, easy. Alright, so this one is force chance only. So this one is going to be a little bit harder. You're going to need to rely a little bit on some luck, drawing some good force affinity champs. So let's take a look at who we've drawn so far as far as epics. So I have Rearguard Target, Aethar, Geomancer. You know, any of these guys can carry us through to the win. Zargala's pretty good. Aox is there. I got, who's this? This is, got Doom Priest right there. Looks like I also pulled a Oathbound. Is it Oathbound or something like that? So yeah, these are pretty decent guys to bring with your team. So we're gonna do something like those three, and then maybe a Hungerer. So Hungerer, I haven't really featured him that much because I feel like he's not really that important yet. Then maybe we'll do a fusion champ here, although I haven't put any gear on him yet, so I think this run might fail, but we'll see. Drexstar should carry us to the win here. So I'm figuring this room is probably a moderate room. You got Drexstar, you got War Maiden. That's the makings of a really strong team, especially this early in the game. See, it's actually relatively easy with War Maiden and Drex in your team. So yeah, so the builds are pretty simple, honestly. For War Maiden, Kale, and your other early game champs, the ones you're going to take the stage 20 dungeon for, you're focused on HP. So you want around 40k HP on them. And then speed is 170 minimum. Right, it can be a little bit higher, but I think the pocket of like 171 and 178 is a really good pocket to stay in, because that gives you 1-to-1 for Clan Boss, Nightmare, and Ultra Nightmare if you scale up Ultra Nightmare with those same champs. Very unlikely, but you know, it's possible. While also being competitive in Dungeons 20, which is where you really want them. And then being able to do secret rooms, faction wars, right? Those are good stats to have. And then Drex is going to be built for hard Doom Power. So him, you want to scale up the speed over 200 and accuracy close to 300 if you can get the 300. And then put him as the lead to get that plus 70 accuracy aura, which is sweet. That should get you over all the way to 119 hard Doom Power, 120 hard Doom Power bosses. So yeah, this one, I'd say this one is moderate, maybe even easy. Depends on what other force champs you got. But Drex and War Maiden then will make it really easy. And there are a lot of really good carry champs from Force Affinity. We already mentioned those. Ignore Allure here. I'm actually leveling up Allure here for the main account. So the attack champs only. This one is actually also pretty easy, because you're going to get a lot of these attack type champs that your account is going to use early in the game. So you got Kale. This one, I'd say this one's easy. You got Kale and War Maiden. Kale, War Maiden. And then Lordly Legionary is kind of like a pity timer for Fire Knight if you never get Cold Heart. And then Dark Elaine is somebody you're going to use in Arena eventually, because you're going to want to build your starter out. Especially if you pick Kale, you're going to want to build that starter out to beat dungeons, which means more HP, less critical hit and critical damage. So let's go back to why I like Zone 2 cardio real quick, because it allows you to do cardio, to work on your heart without the crippling fatigue of going all out, you know. So you can do more complicated stuff later on, once you're at a sufficient enough fitness level, where you can do like the, what they call like intervals, where you go harder certain amounts of time, you know. That's a bit more complicated than I'd like to do, but it's definitely like the progression for doing this. It would be that. Right. So where are we at? So I think that would be an easy. I say that room is easy. All right, barbs. Barbs, I'd say, is also easy, right? Especially if you have sill. But even before sill, this is a very doable stage. So we'll do it without sill, just to see how far we get. So we're gonna run it with whatever dumb champs. Let's put a mark there. Yeah. Pretty sure we can finish it with this crew, but okay, put sill there. So this one I consider this probably easy or moderate, depending on how well we do here. And the reason why is because almost every account that you're playing F2P or Nether Spider, you're gonna have War Maiden and High Katoon in that team. Couple that with the idea that you're keeping a level 50 shield guard in your account and a level 50 Zephyr Sniper in your account, ready to scale them up if you need them. Shield guard being a campaign farmer. So I gotta monitor my heart rate when I'm doing this. So whenever my heart rate approaches 145, I put the speed of the treadmill down. Yeah, that keeps me in zone 2, so I don't tire myself out, and I can still do stuff I need to do for the day. Do my strength workout at home when I get home. So yeah, this room would be, I think, easy. Yeah, this is like easy GG right here, bro. Easy money, easy money. Anybody can get that room. So the first 4 secret rooms so far, very easy to get. And the reason why you want to farm these secret rooms, especially early in the game, is you want to get Archmage Helmet in your account ASAP. Right? So Archmage Helmet represents like a guaranteed way to get a control champ into your account. Right, so I think this will be the first room that we're going to use the vault. So this is automatically a hard room, I'd say. But with that being said though, there's so many really good void rares out there that you can put, and it'll probably destroy the stage. So we're going to do something like Bulwark, Bellower, Cold Heart. I can even put Renegade there, and then Fellhound probably. Alright, those are good. Painkeeper is also up there. Yeah, this one I'd probably say it's hard, because one, you need the void rares to begin with. They're kind of, you know, easy / hard to get. So like getting a specific void rare is actually pretty hard to do. A good example is my personal account. I did not get Cold Heart until after I got Arbiter. And I think it's close to getting Lydia already before I got my Cold Heart. So we're talking about a long ass time without Cold Heart in your account, you know? So all these blogs and guides and YouTube channels, assuming Cold Heart is going to be an easy pull, and like considering that as an F2P low spender type accomplishment to use Cold Heart, I think it's misguided. Not because the majority won't have Cold Heart. I'd say the majority of F2P low spenders do have Cold Heart, which is why nobody really calls them out on these, you know, F2P low spender guides that has Cold Heart in it. But there is gonna be a probably like 20%, 25%, 33% that won't pull a Cold Heart for a long time, you know? So yeah, any of these champs should be able to carry you to the finish line here, as long as you have some pretty decent level 50 void rares here, maybe even level 40 ones. But you're gonna have to dress them up in like immortal gear. So how you should think about secret rooms is you should think about them like faction wars, but with a more definitive end result. So in faction wars, you're worried about waves and the boss, right? So there are going to be like level 20, stage 21 waves where you need a specific strategy to beat it. So, back waves, the, what do you call that? The Sathalia waves, you know. So, and then the bosses, you need to have a specific strategy. So, the team needs to be able to beat the waves and beat the boss and keep the entire team alive. With secret rooms, though, you can go really hard on one carry champ. All right, I could have demoed it here with like Bellower. Maybe we'll demo it here. Why don't we do that? What do you think? Think we should demo it here? Let's demo it here real quick. I know it's kind of like a waste of time, but whatever. We'll demo it here. So we'll do Bulwark, whatever. Crap. All right, we'll do Bellower. We'll do Bellower only. Let's see how far we get with just Bellower on the team. Right. Okay. Yeah, so something like this where somebody has a shield set on and then you can put a Bellower in there and just kind of like have your Bellower go nuts. You know, that could be actually a doable way to do this. The only thing is you don't have healing. So you're going to be reliant on Bellower keeping the stuns on. This will allow you like an RNG way out to do this if you happen to have a rare carry champ. So this will be one way to do it. Yeah, we're not going to run this all the way through. It's kind of a waste of time, but I'm just showing you the power of just having one carry champ on your team with the rest of the other champs focus more on the support role with like your junk immortal gear. This could be enough to RNG through a secret room. And RNG into a secret room, I wouldn't say it's really important, but it's up there. Especially if you don't have a control champ in your account. You really want that Archmage helmet in there, man. You know, I mean, there's so many ways to get a control champ now. You can do it from rare, with Gnarlhorn, you know. And still the Drakes is coming at the 6-month mark, you know. But other than that, I feel like this is a good way to do it. A room like this. Yeah, Bellower, maybe you can put him in Lifesteal set, just for that secret room. Yeah. Anyways, we did 5. 5 would be hard-ish. Yeah. What's this one? Depth chance only. Now this one is not that hard to do, I think. So we have a lot of options here. Of course, we have Syl, we have Drex. These basically clear the room out themselves, but you can do something like this, I think. Something like that with Armiger. And I don't know, maybe put that guy there. Let's see if this is good enough to clear it. I think it will be. So I'd say this room is probably moderate or easy. I'd say this room might be easy. We'll see. We'll see how crunchy these enemies are. Yeah. And you got a pimped out shield guard on your team, man. These rooms can be pretty easy. Anyways, the wifey, man. Alright, so I think this was a pretty good breakdown of the first 6 secret rooms. We'll do a part 1 and a part 2. I think I can finish it all in one sitting. So we'll do part 1 right here. And I think you just want kind of like the basics down. So let's see if we can actually win this. It looks to be a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. I wonder, is there a martyr there? Or a valve? Well, there is a valve in this room. Well, this room is a little bit harder than I thought. It has a valve in it. So we'll see. We'll see if we can squeeze the win out here. If we can't beat this without Seal of the Drakes, then I'm gonna rate this as a hard room. Moderate. I'd probably say moderate. But the thing is, Seal of the Drakes comes in at 6 months. So moderate to me is something you can reasonably beat before you get Seal of the Drakes, yeah? So I feel like this should be a reasonably easy room to beat, especially if you happen to have a defense-based carry champ in your account. You know, that will make it really, really easy. Somebody like K-Rel here would be so beast, right? So a defense-based decrease attack champ like Stag Knight, I think, is one. What would be the other one? God, what's his name? Duke the Fierce, I think, would be good here. Those types of guys, I think, will make a big difference. I'm not sure if we can get through this, actually. It looks like we need Seal of the Drakes, to beat this. We'll see. Yeah, so the tricky part here is trying to find something that can shut down these Valks. So I may have to rate this one as a hard room to beat. Looks like it's not that easy to beat without Seal of the Drakes. You need to have like a legit control or carry champ here. Preferably both control and carry is available. And having that at defense only maybe is a little bit tougher to do, especially earlier in the game. Whew. Yeah, so I'm gonna rate this one as hard. We'll see how far we can get, because what's his face? Templar is built to be a solo champ, but you know, having a solo champ built up before month 6 is kind of hard to do, to be honest. A lot of people might be stuck at 60 anyway, the first few months of the game. And you need to beat secret rooms a grand total of, what is it? 34 times before you get Archmage Helmet, if I'm not mistaken. So that means, I don't think we'll beat it with this team. We'll probably beat it with Sil. This might be the first one you skip, so got 5, maybe with Sil. 5, you'll see this twice, so that's 10 in 6 months. You need to find 23 more rooms spread out with other guys. So yeah, I think Sil alone will be able to beat this room, but I'm not 100% sure on that. We'll see. I think Sil alone will be able to beat this one. Let's do it. Let's do it with just Sil. Drex 2 would be pretty good here. I think Sil is the ingredient here we're missing. We'll see. So yeah, this might be Sil or carry control champ or plus. So this is the first room that's going to be kind of challenging in that way. And then you gotta hope that you can control that Valk early and often. Yeah, so it's gonna be a bit of a challenge, but I think it's doable, even with like these level of champs. Maybe we should. So what am I missing here? Like, let's try to target this Valk right here. Click on that Valk. There we go. Let's see if we can. There we go. Good. So, probably with a little bit of manualing as well, you'll probably be able to beat this room. But yeah, that's a hard room to beat, yo. This is kind of like, okay, let's make sure we got some target Valk here. That's the key, is to get rid of that Valk ASAP. There we go. Valk's down. Should be easy right here. Yeah. Done. Anyways, yeah. You want to do your cardio like 40 minutes, but I can't squeeze in that much time with my current situation. But yeah, if you can, 40 minutes is a good number to shoot for. 40 minutes to 1 hour. Anything is better than nothing. Is that what they say? But yeah, 40 minutes is the magic number to shoot for. What are we doing here? Okay, so we're almost done. I think it's just a matter of figuring out figuring out who is going to be your control champ here. Control / carry champ here. Okay, so we got to get rid of the Valkyrie. That's the #1 priority. So you may have to RNG through this to where Silk can stun that Valkyrie and you can get rid of it quickly. Other than that, you have to do 3 straight rounds, which is kind of annoying. But the rewards are really, really good. The ability to get Archmage Helmet into your account guaranteed without any fuss, I think it's such a big deal. Right? And the more of these rooms you can do, the earlier you can, the more quickly you can get Archmage Helmet into your team, the more successful your account's going to be earlier, right? So I'd say 6 was the hardest one. The first 5 were pretty meh, blah. The void rare room is going to be a little bit tough, I have to admit. So void rare room and defense only room going to be a little bit tough. The void rare room is mostly about the availability of the champs, and the defense room is you got to figure out a way to get rid of those Valks. So I think that's it, guys. We covered the first 6 secret rooms of normal Doom Tower, Eternal Dragon version, and this will be like the foundation building blocks of your new account, progressing account, to try and get those fragments so you can score those champs. You can actually just pocket them for the champ chase of the fusion events, right? That'll be the best time to pull them. Peace out, y'all. See you next time.